Hi everyone, welcome to our live virtual event, the future of immigration. And our guest speaker today is Hassan Nejad. Hassan, you will have to request access to come live. Yeah. Yeah. I'll send you the access so you will be live with us shortly.
Papa.
Hi Hassan. Nice to see you.
Hi. Good to see you.
Yep. Good day outside today as well,
How are you doing?
sunny.
Good. Good. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. Well, everybody, welcome to our live event, the future of
Of course.
immigration in Canada, and we have Assam as our guest speaker today. So, Assam, we'll start off with tell us more about yourself. Where are you from? What did you come to Canada? And when did you come to Canada? What did you study in Canada? And what do you do?
Sure. Of course. I came to Canada in 2012 and for my PhD studies in actual process engineering at Memorial University of Newfoundland. I don't know if you probably know where Newfoundland is. It's an island eastest place of Canada. And I stayed there for 6 years. And after that, I came to Kingston for family reasons. But what made me study immigration was that because during my PhD at Memorial, I started doing this work for friends and family and a lot of people around me. And I actually realized that I'm good at this. I can help people. I'm good at this. So I decided to actually pursue this. So I went to get a post-secondary degree in immigration consultation diploma from Harrison College. And I jumped through a bunch of hoops. I did a bunch of exams to become a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. And now I'm a small business owner, I can say, based in Kingston. And I do love every bit of it. I think that's enough about me, but about my background. If you have any questions or people have any questions, they can just jump in. But yeah.
Perfect. Kingston is a great city. So, you started Parsum Immigration. So, what is Parsum Immigration, and what does it do? And tell us more about that.
Well, sure, of course. We do help clients in a range of immigration services. So with a wide range of immigration services, I can say, and that includes express entry. That include admission for students and visa and study permit applications. Also, sponsorship cases, which I'm really proud of for the work that they're doing for a bunch of clients that we have. They're bringing their spouses from overseas to reunite in Canada, and that is a point of pride for me to help people, actually help people get together in Canada. So I can say every single immigration stream we try to cover, but our main focus is express entry, student admissions, sponsorship cases, and also a startup visa program. So we help a few people with good knowledge who started their startup in their home country, and they just want to use that startup to come to Canada, establish their startup here, be involved with either investors or incubators, and get their permanent residency through that startup, right? So that is the main categories that we work on, but any other category, we also have a few clients in each. So I can say mainly as students. I can still say if I consider the general perspective, most of my clients are students, but the rest are distributed in other categories. Yeah.
Definitely. I'm pretty sure there are more ways of getting immigration, like refugees and humanitarian and conservation grounds. So, definitely, there's a lot of ways. So, how was your experience in starting a business, especially immigration consultancy?
Well, to be honest with you, it has been overwhelming. It is getting overwhelming. When you start a business from scratch, any business, I assume, it is going to be overwhelming sometimes. So if I need to advise somebody who is thinking about starting a business, it's a great initiative, but just be ready be committed to what you're doing, because it's not going to happen overnight. There is a lot to handle, especially in the first year of operation. And that's not just sales or bringing revenue in or dealing with the clients. There is a lot involved with marketing, with advertisement, with accounting, I would say. That takes a lot of time. So even starting up your website or improving your social media presence, right? So considering all this, it is getting overwhelming sometimes, but, and that's a big but, the rewards are coming. So just be sure that if you do put hard, you do work hard and you put a lot of efforts into it, you are going to reap the reward. So, but plan ahead, be dedicated to the work that you do, and you're going to get there.
Definitely.
And that's the best everybody is starting. Yeah.
Yeah, patience is the key to success. So we talked about the types of immigration. So how long is the process of getting immigration to Canada and the permanent residency and then the citizenship?
Well, it totally depends. So, and I can just say it outright that it was better before COVID. Of course, it was better because the processing time was much lower, right? It depends. Like if you apply through programs like Express Entry, you have a very good chance of getting your permanent residency under 6 months. And that's what the government guarantees, that 80% of the applicants are going to get their permanent residency under 6 months. The others are usually getting it 8 to 9 months. So it's not a very long process. But there are other options to come. Like if you apply through provincial programs, it can take between a year to 2 or 3 years. So it depends based on, and there is no recipe for one person, like one recipe. Every single person has a specific situation and they can basically fit into one category. So, and each category has a different processing time. I can say from 6 months to 3 years. But again, it depends. Like if you apply through a startup programs, it was supposed to get up to 12 months, take 12 months, but now it's 31 months, right? Because of the coronavirus and the pandemic that we're all dealing with. And that's understandable because the department is understaffed, everybody's working from home. But there are still some programs that are pretty quick, like Express Entry, that can get you to Canada still quite fast.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So we've heard that there've been recent changes in the rules of immigration and the demands of the immigrants that Canada needs. So what are they and
Right.
what do you think about them?
Well, the biggest, I can't say change, but the biggest, a slight change, but big in the magnitude of it affecting people, is that the number of immigrants Canada is receiving. So there are still other changes in different categories, like living caregiver is stopped. There are different pilots now for caregivers who want to get involved in childcare or home care services in Canada. That being aside, or like Atlantic Immigration Pilot Program was a pilot program, now it's permanent. But I would say the biggest one is the number of immigrants coming to Canada. And that is increasing every single year, and the government is truly increasing that number. So even earlier this year, the Ministry of Immigration actually presented to the Parliament 30%. So that's fabulous. And their main focus on that number is economic immigrants. So people who are highly educated or have work experience in occupations that Canada need, have a high priority to come to Canada. So the main focus of the government is economic immigrants, and also on family members of Canadian permanent residents or citizens who are coming to Canada to reunite with their family. So I would say two things, and the focus of the government is that, and the main change is increasing the number of immigrants that can come here every day. And very recently, I can add this as well, the government actually invited every single one in Express Entry who had some experience in Canada, like not some experience, more than 1 year experience, through the Canadian Experience Class, also called CEC, in the Express Entry system, right? So they reduced the number to a level that almost everybody got invited. And so I would say Canada is now looking forward to getting more and more people coming in as economic immigrants, especially the people who are here for some time, either as international students or as workers, high
Yeah,
skilled
definitely.
workers.
We did see there was a very low score of 75 in the express entry. So what is that? Like I couldn't understand like 75. What is the average score? How much do you need to qualify?
How much do you need for what? Sorry, I didn't get
How much
quite
do you
get
need
the question.
to like I saw there was a very short score of 75, but like how much
Okay,
scores
yeah.
is the average?
Sure. See, Express Entry is a point-based system, right? So it depends on your education, your work experience, your language skills, English or French, both of them. If whether you have somebody in Canada as a permanent resident, like a brother, sister, mother, father, whatever, a spouse, your work experience, again, all that have impact on your score, right? So that's aside, uh, every person gets a score when they go into the Express Entry system. And the government every 2 weeks announces a score, and everybody above that score gets invited to apply for permanent residency, right? This score that you saw was so low, was just was just for people who had Canadian experience, like at least 1 year. So if they had 1 year experience and they were above the score of like 75, for example, they got invited. So it's that number is not applicable to people who have experience overseas and have no Canadian experience, right? Uh, so I can't say this number is the average number to be invited, but I would say if you are a federal skilled worker and you have a score above 450, like 450, you have a good chance of being invited in 2021. If you are a Canadian experience class applicant, uh, it doesn't matter what score you have. You probably are going to be invited anyways if you get into the Express Entry system. And to get into the Express Entry system, you need 1 year Canadian experience and your language score for CEC again, or foreign experience if you want to apply to federal skilled worker in Express Entry system. I hope it's not too complicated, but
Yeah, getting through it. Well, that's great news that
okay.
we're getting many more immigrants to Canada. So
Yeah.
you've been a member of K-Work co-working space. So how has K-Work helped the business, and what do you like about K-Work?
Uh, well, the day that I wanted to get an office for Parson Immigration Services, I actually came to K-Work. It was in the middle of the pandemic. So I visited the place. I loved it from the first time that I visited it. It has great interior design, great conference room that is absolutely necessary for immigration services because you keep having different clients and you want to get in touch with them. Uh, Affordable services. That's a great advantage of getting involved with K.Work. And I know you guys have different options for different needs of every business, right? If they want a virtual membership, if they want a private office, in a wide range of services and options there is available for people depending on what they need. Also, I really like the location, and I think I told you a bunch of times that I really like the location because it's downtown Kingston. It's beautiful. There are a lot of amenities around, from banks to restaurants. If you want to have a walk, if you want to have a cigarette, if you want to go and have your lunch, it's a great place. Everything is around it. It's a beautiful place. And so the location, the interior design, also the professional staff, I can just say to you right away, like it's right to your face. It's great. It's great. Like I never had an issue with the staff. You as the manager there, it's perfect. So I would encourage anybody, of course, someone who have a business or who actually want to start a business to consider K.Work. They're not going to regret it. That's for sure.
Well, thank you so much for all the compliments. Yes, we are located in downtown Kingston. I would just add more to it that we are on 171 Wellington Street, which is next to, I would say, TD Bank and very nearby to Starbucks and Harper's. And the City Hall is right behind us. It's always a great walk going to the water and just refreshing before. So, so I have one more question. So,
Sure.
what tips would you give to somebody who wants to have a startup, especially at this time of like when there's a pandemic and some businesses are closing, the economy is not doing that well, but somebody really wants to come into the business world, get a startup, what tips would you give to them?
Uh, the biggest advice I can tell them is to plan ahead. Like, don't just start something and then think, okay, do I have enough clients in this pandemic? Uh, what do I do for advertising? What do I do for the office? How am I going to manage financially? Like, if you really want to start a business, plan before you do. Because as I said before, it is going to get overwhelming. And if you don't plan ahead, like a few months ahead, probably, you have a high chance, unfortunately, to quit. So if you don't want to quit and be dedicated to the job, plan ahead, because the more you plan ahead, the less overwhelming it's going to get. And this is overwhelming time alone, not even having a business, living in this pandemic era. It is overwhelming. It's stressful. If you want to start a business, it's going to get more stressful. So plan ahead. Make sure you're financially in a place to be able to sustain your business for a few months. Think about how the money is going to come to your business, where the revenue is coming, or at least potentially where the revenue is coming. Grow your connections, grow your network, do as much as you can before you actually commit full time to your business. And I'm sure if you do that, if you plan before, and if you think it through and be dedicated enough, you are going to succeed.
Yeah, definitely. So
even in
yeah.
COVID era, even in COVID era.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure like some businesses have said that this challenge has been more of an opportunity for some of the businesses. And like we know, like Amazon and all these Uber Eats have done so well in this business. But how strongly has it impacted the immigration consultancy side of business?
Well, I would say greatly, because the borders are mainly closed, right? Not everyone can come to Canada. Like at the beginning of the pandemic, international students couldn't travel. Like I had clients who were stuck in Iran because they couldn't travel to Turkey at the time for their biometrics, for their fingerprints, right? So it's getting much better now. Now international students can actually go for biometrics. The study permit applications are being processed, and I had clients who actually came to Canada. So and started very recently, even in the COVID era. But generally speaking, it's been devastating on some businesses because the border is closed. Mainly, we can still get revenue from like sponsorship cases or international students, or some like startup visa programs is still ongoing. Express entry is still ongoing, but it's not the same. So similar to every other business that's devastated by COVID-19 and the closure that the government actually put on us. But immigration consultant is also is pretty much devastated by the closure of the borders. And hopefully, as you know, we're actually reducing the number of COVID cases in Canada, in US, around the world. It's generally going down. So I don't know if it's vaccination or it's actually people being more aware of social distancing, but there is hope. There is hope that it's going to get much better.
Yep, the lucky thing is that
So
we are
my small business owner is just hang in there. It's gonna get better.
yeah, definitely Kingston is on the top of getting things better, the first, being the first
Right.
on the list. We've been in the green zone, thankfully, and we've been very lucky that we were the first city to open after the lockdown. So,
Right.
so if somebody wants to reach out to you and ask for more information, how can they contact you, and what's the name of your website?
Uh, our website is Parsam, Parsam. So www.parsam.ca. And we have an English website. We have a Persian website as well for people who are overseas and they speak Farsi, just in case. Because I'm from Iran, so we give services to Farsi-speaking people, especially Farsi-speaking people. But our website is parsam.ca. But if anyone wants to get in touch with me, there are a bunch of ways. They can either go to our website and go to the contact us page and fill the form, or they can message me on WhatsApp. The number is on our bio on our Instagram page. There's a number they can call or message me on WhatsApp. The WhatsApp is actually directly in my hands. Instagram is managed by one of our managers, but basically, right now I have it, but it's basically managed by a member of the company. But WhatsApp is actually, I'm dealing with WhatsApp. So if they want to get in touch with me directly, message me on WhatsApp, and I usually get back to, I don't promise, but I usually get back to people under 24 hours. So I'm trying to be very, very responsive to clients or potential clients. So, and I would be happy to help. Yeah.
Perfect. I will write the details of your email address and your number and your website on the caption when I upload this live video. And for some of us for some of you who are wondering, Hassam is our virtual member, and as a virtual member, you get access to business address, mails and collections, and we even have more memberships such as flex membership and day passes and starter membership. Just if you want to start off working and coming back into the office space and getting back into the routine. So thank you, Assam, for coming on our live feed today. You've given us great information, great insights into immigration, a lot of things we did not know about, and we will do more research on it as well. And thank you so much. And if anyone has any questions, please ask or type in.
Sure. Thank you, Mustafa, for the opportunity. It was a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be involved with K.org. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely. Well, we don't have any questions so far, just a thumbs up. So I think we could close off on this, and you can enjoy the rest of your sunny Friday today and the
Thank you.
weekend.
You too. See you
Well,
soon. Have a good weekend. Bye.
bye.